we're off from Assembly Hall. Both teams trying to go to 2-1 in Big Ten play. Will be the highest rated win for either team so far. Desmond Claude, the USC transfer, feeds the future lottery pick, perhaps, in Hannes Steinbach. Zoom Diallo has the first two for Washington.
That's his shot right there. Get used to it. Again, inside the paint, that runner. Really good possession to start for the Dogs. Swing it side to side. He shoots that shot 36% of the time when he's inside the three-point line.
He just had a career game against Utah with 24.7 assists. Dayton Conaway for three. Already a three goes down for the Hoosiers.
Dayton Conaway is their paint toucher, one of the few they have, but he can let it fly. You see the Huskies dare him to shoot it. And Dayton Conaway is the X factor for this Indiana offense.
It's going to take the others around Wilkerson and DeVries to beat Washington tonight. At three short. Steinbach is right there and already with a putback two.
Right on cue, man. Sometimes if you're Washington, your best offense, just throw it at the rim and let the German go get it, man. His offensive rebounding percentage, top 30 in the country, outstanding for a young player.
Leads the Big Ten in offensive rebounds per game. Enright penetrates, kick out to Conaway. Got his second three. They are daring him to shoot.
Daring him to shoot, but it's the shots he's getting. Indiana shoots 29% above the break, 54% in the last five from the corner, but the paint touch first is what matters.
Imari Peterson way too strong. A couple of ugly misses for him. Another offensive rebound. I'm going to foul on the floor first. Aaron DeVries in his first season coaching the Hoosiers. Him and his wife Ashley used to live on PB&J's and Hamburger Helper when he was first a GA at Creighton for Dana Altman. He was also a study hall monitor at the time. Now he's the leader of Assembly Hall.
Man.
Come a long way, huh?
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with Hamburger Helper. I still live off that.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? PB&J sounds like a good diet to me.
Twice a week. Claude straight away. Another three. This is the first for Washington. Desmond Claude, 19 a game over his last three. He's really starting to come on.
He's starting to come on. He started the year with an injury, only 29% for 27% from three. But again, the game is simple on both sides. When it goes inside out or a paint touch, your percentage is going to go up.
Seen a lot of that for both teams so far. Alexis might have gotten away with a walk. Connor Enright nails one. Enright and Conaway, not very good three-point shooters so far this year, have all the points for Indiana.
Again, I don't want to be redundant, but you see the corner pick and roll. You have to honor it. You hit the short roll, a really good read by Alexis. Indiana's bigs can really pass the ball, and those are the threes Indiana wants to take.
Claude with the step back tray, his second.
Well, forget everything I just said, Jack, because that was tough. And that's what Des Claude can do. Look, when he was at USC last year, he was one of the best guards in the country. For those that didn't get to see him on the West Coast, he's in the Midwest today, and I'm looking forward to seeing him for the next 40 minutes.
Enright, why not? This is ridiculous.
Well, I told you, Rayfeld knows basketball back in the studio. I know he's mad. I'm happy. Straight offense right now. The Hoosier faithful on their feet.
Claude going all the way to the hoop. Indiana threes going against Desmond Claude right now.
And Aaron DeVries said that was what he was worried about, that high screen and roll when Desmond Claude gets downhill. Indiana doesn't have a ton of rim protection.
Conaway feeling it, and hits another. This is absurd. Peterson wants in on the action, and he hits it. We are locked at 15 with some fireworks.
What a start to Big Ten, to January Big Ten play. Welcome to the new year.
Deflected out of bounds. Nowitzki, back in the day in Germany, actually became family friends with Dirk. So Hannes grew up around Dirk, thanks to his dad.
Listen, it's always best when you get to be around people who have done it at a high level, and obviously no one better than the great Dirk. And I kind of see how Dirk turned into what he was, because Burkhardt doesn't look like he messes around, man. Going against that every day in practice when you're young, that's, develop some calluses.
Son in Washington trying to hang with the Hoosiers so far. Claude, this is a step back, 3 short. In transition, here comes Connerway, who got so far this year. And Connerway is just having an unbelievable first half. 18 points for him, and perfect from everywhere.
Yeah, he's, again, I'll say it, Indiana fans gonna get sick of me, but he is the key to this Indiana success. His aggressiveness, his decision-making, when he's going, it makes life easier for DeVries and Wilkerson, and just makes Indiana a better team in general.
Little reach-in foul on Alexis with
Danny Sprinkle going to these smaller lineups, but Sam Alexis' physicality and ability to rebound is what is going to have Indiana in the tournament, making noise later in the season as a smaller team.
IU's missed the tournament 7 of the last 9 years as Diallo turns it over. You saw the 5 on the floor right now for the Hoosiers. DeVries, Wilkerson, Connerway, Enright, and Alexis, the starting 5. The first turnover that we've had so far. Been pretty clean.
That is tremendous.
No fouls either.
Not many fouls. It's been I want to say it's been an open gym game because of the scoring, but it's really just been good offensive shot making. Good offensive basketball all the way around.
Wilkerson still has a kick. Alexis there for the O board, turning to a spot.
There you go, not Indiana's strength. 18th in the Big Ten in offensive rebounding, but you called it, Jack. If he can do that, that brings an added element, especially as many threes as they shoot. Need all the extra possessions.
A little bit late defending Steinbach there. And Burkhardt loves it. Connerway, hot potato with himself, rolls out of bounds. There's some of the bad that Connerway's had so far this year. Second in the Big Ten in turnovers.
Yeah, and it's going to happen when you're being aggressive, right? So you have to live with that at times. He obviously has to be better with that, but you don't want that to deter him from attacking.
You'll take an occasional turnover when he has 18 in the first half.
Yeah, I think so.
On pace for Jordan Taylor numbers in Assembly Hall. Steinbach, short. What'd you have, 40 back here in the day?
39. 39.
Not quite. Enright pushes off, but it rolled out. Alexis got another offensive rebound. Enright will play physical. Don't let the size fool you.
He does not back down. He's one of their best perimeter defenders because of it.
Doing it again. No.
Instance, again, the heads-up play. You can waste the possession right there. You're up 8, and Desmond Claude, Washington's arguably their best player at times, in foul trouble. But he will climb into guards defensively and make their lives a living nightmare.
Claude out. It is man to quit. And Peterson. Here's Peterson. Got a 3. That is a big one for Washington.
Big time 3. You'd like to see that ball swing a couple more times. Indiana goes to a little zone right there. Peterson makes him pay.
Miscommunication with Dorn and Wilkerson. Washington dialing up the pressure. Maybe that's the solution for the Huskies. But the Hoosiers,
you know, Assembly Hall is an iconic arena, but he's seen his share of great crowds and high-level basketball.
Oh, those environments overseas, pretty intimidating sometimes. You know it.
100%.
Great offensive half, as evidenced by the score so far. Indiana shooting 68%. With 6 threes. Wilkerson and DeVries have been quiet too. It's been everybody else. Off the high screen from Alexis. DeVries pulls and hits the mid-range.
Putting Hannes Steinbach and Frank Kepnang in the pick and roll defensively. I think you got to switch that if you're Washington. They decide to go with the drop, and DeVries makes them pay.
Pick and pop, Steinbach. They've taken 13 threes all year. He's 6 for 13. Trying to add that element more to his game before the NBA.
Oh, what a box out right there by Sam Alexis. Frank Kepnang couldn't even get off the ground. High-level, fundamental stuff from Sam Alexis.
And a nice stretch over the last few minutes. Playing physical. Wilkerson, rare mid-range, and Wilkerson finally has his first bucket.
And there it is again, a little back screen, what they love to do out of a high post back screen. They put Hannes Steinbach again in a tough situation. He's 6'11", moving out on this perimeter. Washington is good defensively, but it's hard when you got to have your bigs out there moving those puppies.
Washington needs something on this end. They've slowed down. Offensive foul.
Stand, there's nowhere to go right there. You got to just dump that in. Unfortunate offensive foul for Kepnong.
Critical final 2 minutes for Washington. Bree sprung free off the heel. Huskies on the run. Diallo zooms ahead and denied. Alexis with the block. DeVries, yes! 52-40, Indiana on top as we start the second. Both teams trying to go to 2-1 in Big Ten play. Washington overcame an 18-point halftime deficit at USC earlier this year. They are not out of it.
So now you come out, you got Hannes Steinbach, on Connor Enright to start the half. He struggled with DeVries, Conaway, and Wilkerson in that first half.
Alexis with power got it back. Sam Alexis had some really nice minutes inside in that first half.
Yes, he did, and we know that Washington is the bigger team, but Indiana is no slouch. They're going to play physical. They're going to come at you. Sam Alexis leads the charge with that.
Here they come on the break. Foul on the pass.
Washington gets bailed out there a little bit. Definitely a foul. But Des Claude, Zoom Diallo, so good at getting in the paint, getting downhill. That ball's got to come out earlier to Kimari Peterson. That's your shooter. He's 3 for 6 right now. He's hot. You got to find him in transition where Washington shoots 40% from 3.
Elevating Peterson short. Tapped up, tapped away. Enright got to it first.
Enright first to the ball, but miss out on that early pass from Claude to Peterson. You end up with a tough baseline 2, long rebound, missed opportunity.
Lob it up. Alexis had it swatted away. Kepnong in there again. What has to change for Washington on this end? Maybe it's Steinbach.
Right there. Steinbach sets the screen right there. He's got to notice earlier. He had Connor Enright on him. He can go straight to the post right there. Still a heads-up play. You get the screen on the smallest. Enright and Conaway. Short roll, easy layup. They got to play with more pace. Got to play to their strengths. Get the ball to the post. Get good shots. And defend on this end.
Had a hard time doing that. Indiana shot nearly 70% in the first half. Enright. IU still over to start here in the second half, over 90 seconds in.
And Jack, when we say defend, that's what we're talking about right there. You see the foul, the dip line, and start to chip away into this lead. And now your defense is set as well.
You can already tell with the flow of the game, it has been mucked up a little bit, and that's in Washington's favor. Conaway, hesitation for 2. He's got 20.
Weather the tide right there. Couple possessions shaky for Indiana. Go back to Conaway. Get in the paint, do your thing.
Steinbach going to the post against DeVries. 2 come for him. Pass out to Diallo. A hitch in the floater. Claude was there, and he can't save it.
Great read by Steinbach. Seeing the double team. Great skip pass. And that was a great play defensively by Connor Enright. He was there in the help. Stunned at Zoom Diallo. Made him think that he was going to come to him. He wanted to throw that to Kepnong in the air, but instead had to go with the off-balance floater because of the play by Enright.
Would you continue to double Steinbach?
100%. And I think Indiana is going to double anybody in the post. It's just part of their scheme, being undersized and scrambling out, playing aggressive on the closeouts.
DeVries still has not hit a 3. Wilkerson and DeVries not hitting threes despite 2 of the best in the Big Ten. And a wedgie. 3:30 to go.
And Washington, that's a big point of emphasis for them if they want to compete in the Big Ten moving forward.
See what the shot selection is here. Diallo flying inside. Picked up by Sicily.
Washington. Even that one, you would love to get an extra pass right there. Not mad at the attack from Diallo, but that time you got to go extra to Claude. These two get on the same page. They could be scary together in this backcourt.
Enright taking on Steinbach. Kapnong rips it away. Time ticking on Washington here, under 3 to go. Claude powers in and scores.
And that's exactly what we're talking about right there, Jack. Get rid of it early. Diallo gets the outlet. Throw it ahead to Claude. He's playing one-on-one with Tucker DeVries. That's how those two guys need to run a fast break together and in sync.
There's a closer against USC, his old team. Who's going to be the closer for Indiana? Wilkerson has a lane, taking on Claude. Loose ball. Alexis down to the ground. It is a fight. Jump balls caught
the matchup first and foremost, so Washington's going to come out in the zone. If you got Hannes Steinbach on one of DeVries or Wilkerson, you got to continue to run him off screens. Don't want to end up in a situation where you're playing Enright one-on-one with Steinbach.
Looks like they switch back to man. 5 to shoot. Here's Wilkerson. Blowing pass. Steinbach lays it in. Not settling for one of the great shooters in the country.
Talked about earlier, that's more of a favorable matchup than maybe a Tatum Conaway, but Wilkerson had him moving. Easier play to make.
Basket interference. That will not. 7-point game. Washington's got a little bit of time left, but they have to string stops together starting now. Both teams in the bonus. Ripped away from DeVries, got back to it. And scrambling. Washington playing it out. Under 10 of the shot clock now. Conaway going at Steinbach. Put back for Alexis. Perhaps the exclamation point in Assembly Hall. Claude muscling short.
Much more relaxed from the free throw line when you're up 7. Makes you more concerned about announcer jinx, of course, but
right on cue.
Much more concerned about the turnover in that scenario.
Claude on the attack. Wilkerson fell down. Steinbach. Off the heel. Diallo's there. Diallo through traffic. Fouls